Hi everybody, welcome to SSBtales and also welcome to the Lecturette series where we cover the recently asked lecturette topics in various SSBs. The topic that we have chosen for today is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor and we are going to understand each and everything about it. But before that, here's a request to everybody, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and also press the bell icon so that you don't miss any notification of any new video that is posted in this particular channel. We are going to understand this particular topic in four heads. First of all, we will understand the background of this, what is the CPEC, okay, and then what is the current status of it, what is the progress that is currently going on under it. After that, we are going to look at that what is the implication of this particular project that is together by China and Pakistan, that is on India, and ultimately we are going to look at what are the India's countermeasure against this particular project. Okay, so we'll start off with the background, and if we talk about what is this CPEC, so in short form we call it CPEC and it has a full form China Pakistan Economic Corridor. Okay, so it is a bilateral project that is signed between China and Pakistan, and the aim is to connect the Kashgar region of Xinjiang area in China to the Gwadar port that is situated in the southern western region of Pakistan. Okay, and this connection will be done with the with proper infrastructure development through railways. Okay, railway line will be established, then roads will be created, established, it will be formed, then pipelines will be established, right? Apart from that, the other infrastructure development that is required, for example in Gwadar port, that will be done. Okay, and this particular project, it was signed in 2015, okay, April 2015, and this CPEC, it is under the initiative of Border and Road Initiative of China. Okay, so what happened in 2013, China, they came up with the Border and Road Initiative, where what they are doing under this particular initiative, they are trying to connect, or they are trying to connect the roads for better trade in the southern Asian region. Okay, so under this BRI initiative only, with Pakistan, they came up with the CPEC initiative or the project, bilateral project in 2015. Okay, now if two countries has come up with any project, definitely there must be interest from both the sides, right? So if we talk from China's perspective, there are two major reasons. The first one, to have more economic strategic advancement. Okay, now how? For that, let me just show you another picture. All right, now if you look in this particular map, you would understand that if any country or China has to do trade with China, or China vice versa, China has to send something to other country, they have to follow a longer route, right? And if we talk about the Strait of Malacca region, from where currently the this trade it is happening, right? Here India has more dominance, right? So if we talk about Strait of Malacca, it is strategically vulnerable area for China, and that is why China wants some alternative route, and also that is shorter. So when if somehow the China is able to connect this particular link, okay, till the Gwadar port, so it will have now shorter distance, a shorter route to do business, to do trading, and it will also provide China some advancement in the Indian Ocean, which currently it does not have, right? One reason is this, and another is definitely to have the regional dominance, right? So these are the two interests of China. And if we talk about Pakistan, so see, their economy is already weak, they do not have much money for the investment for building infrastructure. So definitely if any country wants to invest in China, in I'm sorry, Pakistan, they would want to welcome it, right? So these are the two reasons why Pakistan and China, they have come up with this particular they have signed up this particular deal, right? But as much aspirational this particular project was, but if we talk about the current situation, it has turned out to be a failure. So this project currently is a failure because of two major reasons. The first one being the corruption in Pakistan, right? So, and in fact, let me tell you that under this project, a lot of investment was done by the Chinese government, but a lot of ministers, and in fact the military generals, they are being some are being accused, and some are being even convicted for the corruption charges under this particular CPEC bilateral project, right? So one is corruption, which has led to the failure. The money that was supposed to be used for infrastructure was used for own purpose, and another reason is even the dissatisfaction among the locals, right? So the local people of the Pakistan region, they are not happy with the project. They are saying that local resources are over exploited in the name of development. And in fact, in many areas, the attacks on the transportation vehicles and Chinese personals have been done, especially in the Baluchistan region and the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region. In those regions, so it's very extreme oppose that is happening, right? So these are the current situations which is happening. And China ultimately, it has started losing interest in Pakistan because of these two reasons, right? And in fact, if I talk about the investment, okay, and even if you look at the recent news, you would not find China being more interested now in the projects. The ultimate aim of China now is just to have the economic viability of whatever investment that they have done in Pakistan. If I talk about the numbers, so initially the project, how much money was invested under the project by China? So it was around 41 billion dollars were invested, but because of the corruption and there were no advancement that was happening in infrastructure, later on in 2020 this amount was increased to 61 billion dollar, and now currently at this point of time it is 65 billion dollar. But because now China, because it has initiated something, so definitely they would want to gain some economic benefit out of it. But nevertheless, if you look at the news, China is not much interested now in it. Okay, so these are the current situations that are going on for this particular project, right? If this project was a success, or even now somehow China and Pakistan, they somehow they gain the momentum and it turns out to be a success, this particular project, now then what are the implications of India that we have to understand, right? The first one is the strategic concerns. See, there are two reasons. First of all, if I'll just go back and show you the picture, if you see that this particular movement that is happening, the infrastructure that is being developed, some part of it comes under the Pakistan occupied Kashmir as well, right? So here, if the strategic concern that we have, that in our territory, if in our land without our permission any infrastructure is being made, so definitely that is attack on our sovereignty, and also that is attack on our territorial integrity, right? So first reason is that this particular project is being built, some part of it is being built on our land, right? Second is about the maritime security as well. Okay, why? Because see, if China gets hold of the Gwadar port, so definitely they can establish their military base over there also in name of security, right? Because Pakistan will allow them to do so, and that will create maritime security for our region in the Indian Ocean. So these are the strategic concerns. Economic impact, because then if currently, as I said before, that in Indian Ocean China does not have dominance, they do not have much strategic advancement and importance over there, but we have a strategic influence over there, right? If they are able to get hold over the port of Gwadar port, so definitely competition for us will increase. Our businessmen, then they would have to compete for trading, because देखो, currently if India if the trade is being passed through Strait of Malacca, definitely in India these ports are used as a stoppage, right? These can be used to do the further trading, right? But if earlier to that, prior to the Strait of Malacca, if in Gwadar port, because now shorter route will be developed, right? So the traders would prefer this route only, right? So economic impact we will have, a lot of loss would have to be borne by our businessmen, and ultimately geopolitical dynamic is also there. If somehow this project becomes successful and China and Pakistan somehow they come together as a group or as a team, then that will definitely have some implications on the influence that we currently have in the South Asian region, right? So this will have an impact on the geopolitical, you can say, influence in the region if somehow this particular project it gets successful. Okay, when we have understood the implications, so definitely India is doing something regarding it, right? So what are the India's countermeasures? The first one is the diplomatic and strategic response. So every chance which India gets, they take the opportunity to raise the voice against the illegal infrastructure development that is happening on our region, right? So this is something which which our government is doing at every stage that they can do, right? Strictly condemning the act and raising their voice. ठीक है, तो अपनी जो territorial का जो क्लेम है उसको वो ज्यादा उसको फॉरवर्ड करते हैं, ठीक है। सेकेंडली इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द इकोनॉमिक काउंटर मेजर्स, राइट, आई विल गिव यू वन सच एग्जांपल। देखो अभी करंटली व्हाट द चाइना इज डूइंग, दे आर bypassing the Strait of Malacca, right? So similarly, to counter that, what India has come up, they have come up with one corridor which is named international. Okay, so it's international north south transport corridor. Okay, and in this now what India is doing, they are trying to bypass Pakistan to do trade in the European region. Currently, it has to go through the Pakistan region if you want to do trade with Europe and the Central Asia country, right? So now with this particular corridor, how the countermeasure government, our government is doing in the economic perspective, now they are creating such corridor which will bypass Pakistan, okay, and we will then have direct connect with the Central Asian region, with our Europe region and also with the Russia region, okay. So that's economic countermeasures. Apart from that, increasing the security in the borders, right, in the especially in the Jammu Kashmir and Leh Ladakh region, right, so that insurgency can be avoided, and ultimately regional and global engagement where we are having more and more diplomatic relations with the other countries, and especially with the ones who are also concerned about this CPEC and other border and road initiatives, right. So we are doing more and more bilateral talks. We are signing more and more these bilateral deals also, projects also with other countries, so that we can at regional level and global level we can have allies for us, right. So these are the countermeasures that are done by India, right. So that is all about this particular topic, and I have curated everything that I have taught here in a much comprehensive manner in one of the PDFs which you can get from our Telegram channel, which is SSB Tales, right. And there we also provide daily quizzes and the current affairs that will help you in your SSBs as well as in your written examinations, right. So that is all in this video. Thank you for watching it. If you want me to cover any particular topic, do let me know. I'll make a session on that. And thank you everybody for watching the session, and all the very best for your SSB.